Hi, my name is Paul Arnold and I'm a qualified counselling psychotherapist. And I specialise in relationships because at the end of the day, relationships give us the greatest joys, but also can give us the greatest pain. As I hinted at in one of the other sessions, I want to talk about quick fix solutions. And clearly we live in a world right now where we want to have quick fix solutions on everything. But the reality is that most psychotherapy is much more longer term. Now, the views I'm going to give about some quick fix solutions are my own personal point of view, and I would really encourage you to seek more information from the specialists in this thing. Let's just go through some of them. Look, drugs, let's talk about that. There are many people who absolutely need to have some form of medicated intervention to help them deal with where they are. And that will certainly take away the pain, the anxiety, the psychosis, whatever is going on for them. And I would absolutely, never be one to say that drugs do not play a really important role in mental health. I think what they are very good at doing, they give a stabilization to a person, but I often think that needs to be done in conjunction with when they're in a more stable place to help them look at the underlying reasons why they were in such a place of imbalance. I want to talk about EMDR. And EMDR is probably one of the big sort of, hot favourites right now. And there's a lot of work being done in this field, particularly for people with trauma and, as people know, PTSD. And what is it is about eye movement desensitizing. And basically, what you'll do, you'll go into a room and, I've had some EMDR myself, and basically you'll talk about whatever is the issue that's troubling you, and the therapist will be moving their hand like that. They may be tapping, they may have a light strobe, they may be doing some other things. There's some sort of saying you can do it with sound. And what it's basically doing, from what I gather, is it's sort of mixing up the left and the right hand brain and basically scratching that emotional memory you have. So when you hear it again or you replay it again, it has less potency, less power. And EMDR, depending what is and how many different traumas you got, may take, so we say 6 sessions per, maybe 12 sessions per event you're working on. And actually many people report very positive impacts from that stuff. The next one we'll talk is CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, which obviously, very often is given like in 12-week bursts. And you've got to do a lot of sort of, filling in forms and looking at what your trigger points are. And certainly the empirical evidence would suggest it is effective. It does give you short-term relief from this, but what I hear, and I appreciate I'm not the total expert about it, is that very often it deals with a sticking plaster and you still need to do work underneath it as well. And that's what's true about many of these, like it helps immediately, but you still got to do the long-term work. Now, the last one I really want to talk about is about psychedelics, and this is another big growth area, and so many nations are checking this out, and there's growing legalization of that, the use of these various drugs, which basically causes, opening up pathways into the brain, giving you more options, making you sense, a real felt known sense of things going on, because it really stimulates all the senses, and basically this is again sort of opening up new pathways, new insights to people. And I have gone and done a session myself to experience that, and it was, I would say, quite profound. But I would say that, the work isn't in the 4-day ceremony. The work actually comes afterwards. And I've got a notebook of about 30 pages that I made during that period of time, which I'm going to be working through with my psychotherapist, because actually that just opens the door to new insights, but you've got to do the work later on. So I think net of all this stuff is there are some solutions that take less time, but at the end of the day, this takes a long time to work through. As I said before, you didn't get to where you are now, you know, in just, you know, a quick fix way. You know, you didn't just do it in 7 weeks, 12 weeks. And therefore, why do you think you can resolve this in such a short period of time?